Welcome to Local SEO in 10. This is your go-to podcast for answers about how you can grow your local business online easily and quickly. Brought to you by local SEO experts Magnified Media in Walnut Creek, California. In each 10-minute episode, our digital marketing expert Adam Duran answers your questions on how you can get more leads for your business fast. Remember, if you're not taking care of this part of your business right now, you can bet your competitors are. And now, here's our host with the questions, Jamie Duran, and our expert with the answers, Adam Duran.
Hello, Adam.
Hey, Jamie. How's everything going with you today?
Oh, everything's going great. Always crazy, but definitely excited about today's topic.
Really? Okay. What's today's topic?
Well, let's see. You already told me what it is, and it's online reviews. And why are they?
One more time.
Online reviews, and why are they important?
Okay. So, yes, online reviews are incredibly important, of course. I know that you have a highly rated business online, and I guess as a business owner, why do you think that's important?
Well, it definitely, people want to trust the company that they're going with before they make a purchasing decision. Mm-hmm. They want to see what other people's experience was. Did they regret, eating at that restaurant, or did they feel like they had a great experience? Or was it just in the middle? People want to feel valued, and if it's really an accountability tool for a lot of businesses.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah. Yes. So I mean, there's a million reasons why, but it's really to build trust with a customer that we haven't even met yet.
Right. So when we're talking to a new client and going through the onboarding process for them, what we're talking to them about is in regards to online reviews, is their credibility. So right. Either if someone has found them online for their service or for their type of business, or even they've been referred to that business, each one of those potential customers, they're going to look at your reviews. So if you have a ton of great reviews, then number one, it's going to lead to them trusting you a little more, at least, trusting even if you've been referred directly to them or if they found you online. So we want to make sure that your credibility, without anyone meeting you or having any interaction with your business, they kind of know the experience before they do business with you. And that's kind of like, if you're a franchise, that's the idea of why you buy a franchise, is because if I buy a McDonald's franchise, I know, or if I'm going to go to a McDonald's, it doesn't really matter what country I go to or what state or anywhere. Basically, every McDonald's you're going to go to smells the same, looks the same, and generally serves the same food. I know in Japan, they were almost indistinguishable, other than, of course, the language on the menu. But the smell, it was very weird because I don't know. It's the same. I've been in Costco's in different parts of the world. They all, for some reason, smell the same. But it's probably because that's why they're a franchise, because they don't need reviews as a franchise because they're already promising the same experience. So if you don't own a franchise, you want to make sure that you have lots of online reviews, because that takes away that risk away from that potential client. Make sense?
Well, yeah, but do you know what is really different between franchises?
Owners? I don't know.
Online reviews.
Oh, yeah.
Online reviews. You can read the reviews of one McDonald's, and the same McDonald's in the same town can have just huge differences in the online reviews. So
yep, definitely.
One big difference. But I mean, yeah, if I had a franchise or if I owned a franchise, I would certainly be monitoring those reviews of all the franchise owners, and I would use that as a point of evaluation.
No, I agree. We also, when we're talking to a client, they always ask the question, which online review service is the one that they should focus on the most. So they're the big ones like Google and Yelp, Facebook, and even smaller ones like Nextdoor or Angie's List, stuff like that. What we tend to give our clients as the most important are Google. Google reviews, just because that will help with your visibility the most. Number 2 would be Yelp. But there are some drawbacks with getting Yelp reviews. And I'm sure you know, and I'm sure actually if anyone who's owned a business in the last 2 years, they realized, hey, last November, a ton of my reviews went away. So in November of 2018, did you see anything happen with your business's reviews?
We had over 100 5-star reviews, nothing less than a 5-star review.
I know.
Dropped down to 27 overnight or within 30 days. Every day reviews just kept disappearing.
So the reason that happened was because Yelp had their earnings call, and they had a significant dip in their earnings. And so what they blame that on is lack of contact with the decision maker in whatever business. So they knew that ghosting those reviews, filtering them so that the reviews are still there, but they've been filtered, so they're not really visible. But anyway, that would make you, as the business owner, the decision maker, call them and say, hey, what's going on? So then that would give them an opportunity to upsell you on their services. So
is that what they call that?
Well, everyone's got to make money in these things. So I know Yelp is they're a public company. They got to make money, and the reviews are definitely by ghosting your reviews, they have done 2 things. One is they made you mad. That's not good. But they also reinforce that image that you can't pay for 5-star reviews on Yelp. So that's and actually at the same time, before they did that, they did something that probably most business owners don't know about. And that is they told online review generating systems. So you probably have gotten an email that says, hey, how was our service? Would you write us a review online? Something like that. Yelp at the same time last year, they did say to all of those online review systems, if we catch you using one of these review generators, we will take your page off of Yelp. And that they're very serious about that. So that is against their terms of service. So if you as a business owner are thinking about getting one of these systems, make sure that that they don't point your customers to Yelp. Anyone who says they can get you an automated way of getting Yelp reviews, they're risking your business getting taken off of Yelp, which would be really bad, right? That would be horrible for me.
If you are getting a lot of business from Yelp, but I talk to lots of business owners who could care less about Yelp. They really could care less about their online reputation. It is really prevalent in the contracting world. So what do you think about, obviously they should care about their online reputation. How would you recommend, having or getting someone to care about that?
Well, it's tough to prove the negative, right? It's tough to say that you've lost business because of this. But when we take them kind of through their customer journey, whether they're getting a referral or whether they're finding them as a service on Google, reviews are a big way that both of those happen. So when we talk about reviews, we want to make sure that in those reviews are keywords. So the keywords that people are using to search for your business, we want to make sure that those keywords are in those reviews. So if you have any way, if you can tell people, hey, if you're going to write us a review, use our keywords. So for your business, it's a solar company. So, hey, make sure to use solar or solar. I think your solar energy supplier or solar energy company, stuff like that. Those kind of keywords that people would use. If you can influence those reviews in any way, you get those keywords, because on Google they make a difference, on Yelp they make a difference. Those are really, really important for your ranking within both of those. And so of course Google is, if you're on the top of Google in that Google's local 3-pack, and one of the reasons you'll be in there is because your customers are using the keywords that are associated with your service. So people who don't want to use, who don't see any benefit for online businesses or their online presence, we can't convince everyone that this works. So it's okay. If they are willing to go, those contractors go project to project to project, That's okay. What we do and what the online platform does is it fills that pipeline, so months away. So it kind of the good contractors know that this is the way to get the best clients, because I think you've told me this before. You want the clients who do their research, because then
Definitely.
when they call you, they are ready to go. They know what to expect from you, and there's no hemming and hawing, and we need to meet in person, and you need to meet my dog so my dog can check you out. You don't have to any of that. So it brings a qualified customer. When you have tons of reviews online, qualified customers come to you. So it's way easier to sell them, because basically they've sold themselves already by checking you out online. So
Yeah.
I think that's probably what you were edging around that question, is qualified customers. That's what helps with these online reviews.
Well, and it being in the contracting world, I definitely let contractors know, we've had pretty much 7 or 8 years of really strong business, and it's not always going to be like that. Every contractor has gone through big time, boom times and slow times when no one can do anything. But the contractors who are good and have a good online reputation, they're going to feel that a lot less than the ones that don't care about their reputation. So it's when times are good, I mean, you just really can't find good contractors that are not booked out 18 months. But the online reviews will definitely keep the pipeline busy, even in bad times.
And full of good customers. That's also, nobody likes the time wasters or the people who sign contracts and then disappear. So that's, or, just the ones who are way more work than they have to be. Making sure that your business has tons of reviews kind of, once again, brings in those qualified customers who are ready to buy. So the other thing I wanted to touch on is, when someone writes you a review online on any of these platforms, you want to make sure that you respond to every one of them, good or bad, of course. On a future episode, we'll talk about the bad ones, but even the good ones, we want to respond to them. And another good tip is to use your keywords in those responses. So to make sure that those keywords are another ranking factor within Google, especially, and actually within Yelp. So that way, when you're using your keywords, hey, thanks for making us the top rated yoga class or yoga studio in the Bay Area, or in Contra Costa County, or even better, in your city name, that helps with your ranking within both of those platforms. So finally, the last thing I want to leave you with is, I know that you might be tempted to buy reviews. So I know in some sectors, you'll have a competitor with 200, 300 reviews, and they've been in business for like 2 months, and you wonder, where do they get these reviews? They bought them, and you can, a lot of times you can spot the ones that are bought. They're purchased because it's a law firm, but the review says, hey, he fixed my toilet really well. And I'm not exaggerating. Those are the level of those reviews. But what people don't really realize is, when you're buying those reviews have to be hooked to a certain account or group of accounts on Google. And so when Google finds those accounts, and they eventually do, they find them because they're using the same name, the same IP address, they're from the same area. However they're using to track those reviewers, guess what they do when they find out John Doe wrote reviews for this one and this one and this one, and then they find your business with John Doe's review. Mm-hmm. They'll take down your business. They'll take your business off of Google in a second. And if you have 20, 30, or 5, 10, whatever, that can always, anytime, that can happen. So I know that it is quite tempting for some, especially if you're in a competitive industry on Google, for you to buy reviews. Just don't. It's too risky. It's way too risky. And if you see your competition has done it, they're going to get caught. So, and it's just because it's a matter of time, because those places that sell those reviews, there's no real way to review them. So they can disappear tomorrow and their reviews will stay forever. And if they're found, that's a risk that that you're taking. And Google does take down and suspend businesses all the time for fake reviews. So don't do that.
Yeah, it seems like a no-brainer.
Well, I know this is something that I've been asked many times by clients. So we want to make sure that it's out there. If they choose to do it, we recommend that they don't. And I would say none of them have ever done this, to my knowledge. But they see their competition doing it sometimes, and it's disheartening. But I always say it's gonna come around. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Last one. This is the other question I wanted to ask you. How many reviews are enough? What do you think?
So in my business, there's certainly people are excited once the solar panel system gets turned on. Mm-hmm. So we like to have them write a review and talk about how they found us and use the keywords and everything. But then we check in with them like a year later as well and find out, did the system do what we said it was going to do? And almost every time they're very happy still a year down the road. And we'd like to have them update that review as well. And so that's our best strategy, is to really, because if somebody writes a review in 1 year or, right after the
reviews, that's a good one.
The reviews is really big.
Nice.
It shows to anyone who's looking, they're like, oh my God, not only did they do a great job initially, but a year or 2 or 5 years down the road, and we're getting another 5-star review. I can't think of one thing I wanted to review, more than a year later. So
definitely. Good one, JB. Nice.
5 years, but yeah, asking for updated reviews is pretty beneficial.
All right. So we also want to say that the amount of reviews is basically at least double whatever your competition is, because we want to make sure that you are the no-brainer choice. So that's what we say to our clients. We want to make sure that you're the no-brainer choice. So if somebody's just looking at the two of you and that's the only way that they have, or the three people in one group, the only way they can make a decision is on that information quickly. Double, triple makes it an easy answer. So we want to make sure that from that point of view, double, triple, that's what you want to aim for.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Of course. Yeah. No brainer.
All right. That's all. We're going to wrap it up here. And if you have any questions that you want us to address on a future podcast, please make sure to visit our Facebook page. It's Local SEO in 10. And we're going to be wrapping up today. Jamie, you want to sign off or anything?
Well, it's, online business makes a whole lot of sense.
There you go. Thanks a lot, everybody. Talk to you later.
All right.
That's all for now. Thanks for listening to this episode of Local SEO in 10 with Google local marketing expert Adam Duran. Join us each week for answers to your questions on how to best harness the power of the internet to grow your business. Speaking of questions, got some? Message us through our Facebook page, Local SEO in 10, and we'll be sure to give you your answer on an upcoming episode. This episode of Local SEO in 10 is brought to you by Magnified Media, the leading online marketing agency in Northern California, who invite you to grow your business by magnifying your online visibility and credibility. Visit them on the web at www.magnifiedmedia.com. Magnify your business, magnify your profits.